Hey everybody, I am in sunny Southern California at Overland Expo SoCal. Great to be back in Orange County. I was born and raised here, so it's good to be back. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna get some highlights of the show, try and find some new and unique products, see what we find. I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot to see here. There's over 400 exhibitors. The show is huge. I am really surprised for its second year here in SoCal. This is a big show. So I'm gonna do what I can to cover us what I think is interesting. Let's get going. It's gonna be a long weekend. All right, we have to stop by Roller Cam, one of my favorite products. You know, we use the ton out of it. It has saved our bacon so many times. Getting off a trail with the rooftop tent broke. And I don't know if you know this, we just came back from Baja. We were down there, we broke a rear spring. And to fix it, we kind of rotated them together, used roller cams to hold it together, and I drove 450 miles back to San Diego to get the spring replaced.
Please tell me you have a video of that.
I do.
Okay, I gotta go watch that. I can't believe I've not seen that.
Obviously, I'm a huge fan of roller cam. If you don't know what it is, you've probably been living under a rock. So tell us what a roller cam is.
Okay, well, Roller Cam, the company, is a startup out of Utah. We use physics to design better gear. The main thing we're known for is our straps. And what we did is we replaced this friction point in standard cam straps with a brass roller. So you can get our straps much tighter than standard straps. They're much easier to use and they last longer because your webbing's not getting pulled across the static surface.
Yeah, I mean, this is a cut point.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Exactly, and these are such a pain in the butt to load. Like when I was setting up this display, I just, I think, I'm happy that I work for this company all the time, but especially when I'm having to deal with these, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad that there's an alternative. So we've got these 35-pound weights attached to the bottom, and with the standard strap, I can jump on it like this, and it doesn't even come off the ground, and I assure you I weigh more than 35 pounds. Now with Roller Cam, I just give it one tug, and it comes all the way up. And that's because that roller in there means that you're not losing a bunch of your force to that friction point.
Yeah, that's why I love them. You can really crank down for mounting our fridge in the back or tying stuff down, my propane tank on the outside of the rig. Like, if you see the rig, it is just covered in roller cams. And it's for that reason. A little tug, you can get it tight. So that's the basics, right?
Yep.
So what else do we have? There's a wide range of products, right?
Yeah.
My second favorite would be I'm going to get the name wrong, the little rope one.
Rope rollers, right here.
Right here.
Yeah, this thing is our bestseller for a reason. It won Gear of the Year award in 2023. It's got a little carabiner on one side. It's got the brass roller on the other. So you can just pull the paracord through like that. Those teeth bite in, and then it stays locked down. This is awesome for tent guy lines, awnings, etc.
Yep.
And it works with any 3mm cord, but ours has nice reflective tracers in it, so you don't get clotheslined at night while you're walking around.
I've replaced all my awning straps with these because they're just so easy to use. Just get it as tight as you want, and it's not going to let loose. But now you have, to go along with the awnings, there's another new product.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. I've seen a video of it. Can't wait to see a demo. Let's take a look. Now, most every awning, every tent comes with some kind of stakes. And let's be honest, they suck.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to pull out of the ground, especially in soft sand. We saw that problem down in Baja, camping on the beach. You have a new solution.
Absolutely. So, like I said, Roller Cam uses physics to design better gear. And that was very crucial in designing this product. We've got a guy in the corner of our video. Should we wait?
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's just a wide angle lens, so you're...
What is that you need?
So like you said, if you buy an awning and it gives you nice quality stakes, this is what... but like, this is nicer than most. Yeah, this is the military issue sand stake. And so the problem with these is that the guy wire attaches to the top. So when you insert them into the sand like this, now keep in mind, standard stakes use friction to keep them in the ground, but in soft substrates, there is not adequate friction to keep your stake in. So the wind starts pulling and your stake just pulls right out of the top. Yep, every time. And then your awning's flapping around. Do you want to climb out of your rooftop tent at 3 a.m. to fix this giant bar of metal that is smashing into your tens of $1,000 rig? No, you don't. So we took the idea of a dead man's anchor and we've created a better, sleeker solution. So the guy wire attaches to the bottom of the stake instead of the top, and the shape is meant to emulate an anchor. So you insert this just like you would a standard stake at a 45-degree angle. You know, hammer it in, or in really soft substrates, you can just push it in.
I know, that was close. She almost got me.
Sorry.
It's all right.
And then the guy wire gets pulled out to 90 degrees. So it's 90-degree angle between the stake and the wire. And this means that when you start pulling like this, the force of pull is being distributed into the sand, and it's not relying on friction to keep it in.
I mean, that's just like our pull pal when we're out and we need the land anchor because there's nothing else to winch off of. Exactly the same concept. It's not going to pull out. It's going to keep digging down and make it even stronger.
Exactly. And now I can't even make the sand stake move because it's so big. It has such a high working load. But we also have the sand stake mini. Now these are awesome if you've got like a smaller tent or something where it's not going to be experiencing crazy forces, but you can see better what's happening from a physics standpoint when I show you with this one. So same deal, 45-degree angle into the sand, guy wire is pulled out to 90. So we've got our stake in at 45 degrees and the guy wire pulled out to 90. Now if I'm the wind and I'm coming along and I'm tugging on your awning or your tent or whatever, look at how that is going into the ground rather than pulling out the top. So instead of just flying out the top, your stake remains buried.
If you're at a good angle, yeah, I see. Okay, it's gonna keep pulling down. And this guy, oh, that's the old one, right? Holy crap. I'm gonna pull this whole thing before I move that. That's a lot of weight. That's impressive. I could have used that down in Baja on the beach for sure. Very cool. And what do these go for?
You get 2 for 65, 4 for 120, or 8 for 220.
Okay, but there's two models, right?
Oh, and the little ones, yes. So sorry.
That was the big one. Okay.
For the big ones, yes. For the big ones, you know, you get a discount as you go up. The little ones we sell in packs of 4 for 55.
Okay, that's not bad at all. So, I mean, the other option is the ones that you take your impact wrench and I hate carrying tools like that. This is a much better solution. Very clean. Just need a hammer, knock it in.
Yeah, and in soft substrates, like I said, you don't even need the hammer. You just give it a good two-handed push, and it's all the way in.
Yeah, and this sand is really fine. I mean, often you're going to be in thicker stuff than this. That's going to really make that work even more effective.
Yeah, exactly. The working load is always dependent on the substrate you're putting it in. If it's super soft, we also have tested these in snow. They work awesome in the snow.
Really? Okay.
The only thing you have to worry about with the snow is that if it melts and then refreezes, you might be chipping your stake out with an axe, okay?
We're gonna have to try those in the snow, although we haven't had much snow in Colorado.
I know, it's not feeling very snowy right now.
It is March. We're in the dead of winter here in California.
Your shirt really indicates how warm it is right here.
Okay, got some other cool stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's take a look. Okay. You got some fishing related gear.
Yeah, we know this is a little out of our norm, but because so many overlanders like to fish, you know, people who enjoy being outdoors, crazy, we have this thing called the spinner box. So we fixed the issues with spinner boxes, which is that they often get tangled. And then you try to pull one out and you end up pulling this whole daisy chain of all of your spinners out and you get stabbed and whatever. So this has a ridged top here and your hooks slide over this. And then there is a foam buffer here. So when this is closed, it clamps those hooks into place, and I wish I had some spinners so I could show you, but I promise, you can shake this thing like crazy, you could throw it, you could drop it, and once you get it back upright and you open it, your spinners are not tangled at all. You can lift them out one at a time.
It's gonna float?
It will fill with water. This is not, you've got a couple seconds to grab it before it goes under, but this will fill with water. It does have a belt clip here. So let's say you've got waders or a belt or a life jacket. Hang on. Pretend that I did this more seamlessly. My belt's kind of tight. There you go. So you can just clip it to your belt or waders like this, and
handy.
Now you have easy access on the river. So you're fishing, you need to reload a different spinner, you grab it out of here, tie it, put it back, snap it closed, you're ready to go again.
Awesome. Where can they find you?
All of our products are on rollercam.com, and we also sell on TikTok shop at rollercambuckle.
Nice. Good seeing you again.
Nice to see you as always.
All right. Definitely check them out. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the products. I've got 2 huge bags from tiny things to big things, and they come in handy all the time. And once you start using them, you'll never go back to a ratchet strap. Not going to happen. Well, you'll never go back to the friction straps, But to me, I don't even carry ratchet straps anymore. I can get these as tight as I want. Absolutely love them.
Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next show.
Okay, we're over here with TAV. This is Walt. And for those who don't know about TAV, what does your company do?
So we build highly capable, custom-tailored expedition vehicles off of most platforms that you'll see around the U.S. Some trucks we get a little creative with, but the concept applies pretty much with everything with wheels on it. You know, we address suspension last instead of first, just for looks. We need to know what the truck's going to weigh, how it's going to be used, where it's going to be taken, and then we can look at how the suspension needs to be built out of a non-kit form. Everything is built per order. Shocks are built internally for for the truck's use and what it's going on, and it's applied after the fact almost. You know, once we know what everything else is, then we'll focus on that, and then it finishes out.
If you know Tyler over at Independence Overland, they built his rig. You know. Oh my God!
Tyler did most of that build. We did get the camper, like his alu cab set up on the Bowen bed, things like that, and
What I stopped here for is because the new dirt box transformer bed replacement.
Mm-hmm.
This thing looks kind of cool.
It's pretty neat. It's awesome.
What makes this different or even better than the other options that are out there?
So for one, the guys over at Dirtbox Overland they make this bed. They make their own extrusions, and they apply extrusions in sheet aluminum. The entire thing's aluminum, and this particular bed is stock bed rail height on the top, but it's also stock bed floor height inside. So you can do a drop in.
You're not losing that space like a flatbed.
Right, and it's down directly on the frame of the truck, and the layout of it, so the bed sides are all structural component. It's all boxed now instead of just a thin factory bedside. Everything on the outside is all usable, lockable space. All of the cabinetry is compression latches. So everything, as you close this latch actually pulls down tight and pulls the door shut onto this knife edge. And you have a gasket here all the way around to kind of help debris from going in and out. And it's all on gas struts, which is adjustable. And all of these components, if something were to break or bend or fail, you can replace just each component by itself. And we do a couple little extra things like the C-deck, if you're using this as a table, and inside it kind of keeps the tinniness sound down. But it's just a touch that we tend to do with lighting on the inside and stuff as well.
This is all aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually, I don't know about this particular model, but I don't know on the Gladiator, it's actually lighter than the stock bed.
Same thing here. This is a 22 Ram TRX. The factory bed we took off of this was heavier than this entire bed. So you figure with a lot of trucks, you'll have a tailgate, which is usually pretty heavy, and a rear bumper, things like that. Well, now we've gained all of this lockable storage in a box form, which creates a lot of square footage because it's all flat edged, and a structural platform for the camper to lay on, but it's all moved out to the sides. So we've actually gained our floor space about 20 inches inside as well by lightening the bed. So this entire truck, when it came to us, already had the camper on it, weighed 8,380 pounds, and we took it to the Catskills. So after we built it with this bed, we shaved weight off the front bumper, we added weight to the rear with the swing out. Same camper, but we added over 100 pounds of batteries, full of water and everything, came out to 9,000 exactly, and 37s.
Wow.
So 600-pound gain, roughly right in there.
Not from this.
Not from the bed. The bed was actually lighter.
And so we got like some storage here.
Yep. Compression latch storage down there.
And this one, that seems like it's big enough to get a compressor in there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So pre-wire that up to your battery, have your compressor, your hoses, boom, you're ready to go. I mean, I love that. That's what I want, because I want this on my Gladiator. So I saw the renderings for this months ago. I mean, early last year. And I told Tao, I'm like, dude.
Must have.
Must have. Can't afford it, but we'll see what happens, right? And so you got big storage over here. I mean, and these are pretty deep. A foot deep, maybe?
Probably about a foot deep, and it's really tall too, so it goes up on the inside as well. So
without losing internal bed space.
Correct. Yeah.
So if you notice, it comes out about to where your bumpers would.
Yeah.
Right. So you are getting wider, but if you're talking trail width, we're still inside the factory.
Because this is a factory width on the truck. So the standard bed, curves in. So the regular fender flares out here anyway, but it curves inward all the way to the inside of this. So you figure this sits directly on top of the bed rail, but now it's a square edge, and you can actually stack cabinets, or like bins or shelves or something inside, soft boxes, whatever you want inside this, because it's a square shape.
Nice. And there's a little cubby down there.
Yeah, there's even one down on the bottom.
Sure what I would put down there. It's kind of small.
And it's really deep. Like it goes down.
Oh, wow.
It goes down probably 5 or 6 inches down, and then it goes up as well.
Maybe some recovery.
Yeah, you could stick straps in there, taller straps.
I see T-slot.
Yep.
All the way around.
M10 extrusion all the way around.
So you want
very, very strong.
Or some lights or whatever. Are there any built? Because I know on their canopy they didn't do it, but on here, is there any built-in pass-throughs, or are you just going to drill a hole and put it?
That's typically what we'll do if the client wants that. We did that to this one here. So we actually ordered some black deck hatches like you'd see on a boat in the dimensions that we needed, and then we can cut it open, and then we can mount that and seal it. So now, and we put lights up on the inside of this. So if the client is inside, he's got his fridge right here, and he wants to reach something down inside, he can just open that hatch, and he has full access to the rear box.
Very nice. Oh, yeah. You definitely want to put lights.
Yeah, see that hatch right there?
Oh, so is that standard too?
No, it's not. We put this in. This is just something that we do.
A little pass through.
Yeah, so it's a little pass through from the inside, and the lights are something we do too. So we hid lights all the way down this.
You gotta have lights inside.
So and it's at night. You can turn it on from inside there, and it just gives you a nice soft light for either at camp or inside, just looking for your gear.
Very nice. Very nice. Man, these are stout.
One other thing I really do like too is the compression latch style. I've had our truck covered in snow and ice and everything else, and if you need to get your cabinet open, you can actually just chip ice off of this, and you can break ice and snow away by moving the handle, and it moves the mechanism inside. You don't have to worry about a spring or anything like that.
These are the same latches I have on my canopy, so I'm used to having these on here. But 2 additional benefits of these. One, you could put a padlock through here. There's a hole there, but comes standard with the key.
And they're all key to like. It comes with a ton of keys, but you need one key to open all of that up.
And I'm going to assume, like the other dirt box main products, there's no options, right? It comes as complete as you get, right?
Well, the base model is very, very complete and is good for a lot of folks, but there's a ton of options that you can get for these things especially with the campers, you can, with it being extruded. Absolutely.
Dirt box.
Yeah, dirt box
they're not going to nickel and dime you on options on this.
It comes very well complete. Yeah.
But going to someone like you who can specialize and go, well, do you want some molly panels here? Where do you want to put some traction boards and all that stuff?
Well, and Dirtbox does offer some, other cabinetry and shelving and stuff like that for the beds and stuff like that we can also provide for them. And it's all designed to fit this product. Like, that's what's cool about the Dirtbox stuff is all of the cabinetry and everything is literally designed for this bed or for their canopy, and it all seamlessly fits together.
Now, for those of you with Gladiators who were bummed that you couldn't get the Genesis camper on a Gladiator, if you put the bed replacement on, you can put the Genesis on there.
On this, yes. With this particular bed, yeah.
That's a little bit bigger for a family or something, or with your wife if she wants a little extra room. The Genesis camper. I love my canopy. It's great. Price-wise, we're looking at $18,500, right?
Yes. Yeah, it depends on the bed length because it goes all the way up to like an 8-foot bed. And all the way, like this one here's a 5.5 foot bed.
So
a short bed
this
truck.
Should be like the Gladiator in that 18.5 range.
It's a little wider, so yeah, it's going to be right around the same. Yeah, somewhere right around there.
Much. So there's your starting point. Go to dirtboxoverland.com or call the guys over at TAV. Where are you guys based?
So we are based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and right outside of Kirtland Air Force Base, and we work very closely with Tao and the group at Dirtbox Overland in Denver. So I personally go up and back and forth to Denver to pick the stuff up myself.
And not just Dirtbox. You have AluCab.
We work with AluCab, with AT Overland. We've been working with a lot of these folks for a really long time. Been working with Dirtbox for years. We were one of the first 3 dealers for AluCab in the U.S. in the very beginning. Whoa.
Camera saved from the wind. Okay. Wow, okay.
Take 2. That was fast.
Almost lost the camera. Okay, so you're saying you're based in Albuquerque.
Yep. Yeah. So there's some, and we are their primary bed builder. Like, we are their exclusive bed builder. So we actually have some flatbed trays in stock for full-size and mid-size trucks that we brought down from Denver. So we have it in our shop, ready to go for Tacomas, whatever pickup trucks. If we need to get something ordered, even the lead time on that is very, very short. I'd say at the worst, maybe 4 months at this point right now for one of these, if it has to be built. And then once I know it's available, I'll run up there and grab it and come down. I usually try to bring a couple people's things back with me. So, or Tao can bring it himself. He'll bring it to me.
Nice. If you're kind of more into the, build it yourself, pick it up from Dirtbox or TAV. But if you want something that is built properly, not going to give you any issues with whatever options you can think of, call the guys at TAV.
And we also, with their permission, we can offer 5% discount on every single thing Dirtbox. That's through them. That's even 5% less than
helps with some of the labor costs.
Absolute labor or shipping or whatever. So
where can people find you?
TAVLLC.com is our website. At TAVLLC is our Instagram, and if you spell out TAV, Tactical Application Vehicles, that's our YouTube channel.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm walking the show, and something catches my eye, and it's this wood insert stuff here. And this is Goose Gear.
How's it going?
You guys have heard of Goose Gear, I'm sure.
I hope
you
so.
make all kinds of stuff for all different vehicles,
Yes,
right?
sir. All kinds.
And what are you most known for?
We do a lot of seat deletes and a lot of 4Runner, Land Cruiser, seat interior systems, drawers, camp kitchens, that kind of stuff, kind of like what's in the other truck over there. But a lot of that kind of stuff, interior
Definitely
seat
Jeeps
systems.
and Gladiators.
Lots and lots of Jeeps and Gladiators. Lots and lots of Jeeps and Gladiators.
Tell us about this system. This looks so cool.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, this is our Venture series. So the system you're used to is the Explorer series, is a Venture series, which is designed specifically for roof conversion vehicles. So if you've had a vehicle where you've cut the roof off like this one, where you can go upstairs and sleep, then we build out like a full kitchen area. So this has a sink, hot water, has water tanks up in the front. We're adding a heater system to it as well. And then you got storage here, a nice big drawer and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically like a house on wheels, everything you need.
Nice.
Yeah.
For our Gladiator with our Dirtbox Overland canopy, this might be a good fit. I've been trying to figure out how to build it out right, and my brain doesn't think that way. So when I see something like this, I'm like,
gives you an idea.
it just drops right in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So is this a complete kit? Is this modular? How would someone go about ordering what
So
they
this
want?
particular type of kit is only made for roof conversion vehicles. So like the Ineos Grenadier, which is this vehicle, we will be making it for some of the other roof conversion vehicles like the Land Cruiser 250 and that kind of stuff. But for the Gladiator, we would do actually our Explorer series, and we have a complete kit called our Goose Gear camper system. So it basically consists of a fridge slide on this side, or a camp kitchen that slides out, and then you have drawers here. So when your tailgate's down, you have drawers, you have your stove and your fridge slide out, and now you have a table to work on at your tailgate. And then you can still have a hallway. You have a bench seat in on this side, and then tall cabinets on this side. So it's the same thing. It's mirrored, but it's the same thing. It is available for the Gladiator.
For a Gladiator like ours, we have the canopy that opens just like this.
Yes.
So we got all this interior room.
Yeah.
We could use something like this, or is it just not designed for the Gladiator?
Not designed for the Gladiator. It's a different type of use case.
Yeah.
So we don't do that in the Gladiator. The Gladiator, the bed of the trucks, they're not sealed. Right, so there's still moisture and all that stuff getting in it, and dust.
Lots of dust.
And this needs to be in a sealed environment.
Okay.
Right,
Because
of the
it's
wood.
so open.
Exactly, because it's all wood, and you gotta oil this and keep it maintained and stuff like that. So the Gladiator is not a great fit, so that's why we go with our traditional system for the Gladiator. And that system, we've been making that for 12 years, and we have systems that have been all around the world, and they still are functioning.
Yeah, and then talk a bit about bed delete or backseat deletes. You got a wide range of those: JL, JK, JT, plus Toyotas and everything else, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we do a great deal of seat deletes, especially with the Gladiator, right? Gladiator is one of our best-selling ones. You take out your second-row seats because if you don't need them, get rid of them, right? You put the platform in. We do have a back wall kit even, so you can actually go even further back. We have extended versions, short versions, high versions for the Gladiator. Gladiator has the widest selection, of seat deletes. And then once you have that, like you have a great place for your dog, you have a great place for your fridge, or just any of your gear, your camping gear, all that kind of stuff, because you just have this perfectly flat platform. You got storage underneath it that's lockable. It's just a great system. And we do it for, like you said, tons of vehicles. Yeah.
Where's the best place they can find you?
Goose-gear.com. So just the website, goose-gear.com, or Goose Gear on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff.
And if you're going to the shows, of course, you're going to be in Flagstaff. You'll be in Loveland and all those shows.
All of them, all the expos.
Right. All right. So we're touch bases with them at some of the other shows.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
I'll show you around, show you some of the other stuff here.
Appreciate it.
We're checking out Ignic over here. I saw this recently and I thought it was a pretty cool new product. It's called the Skullet, right? And it is a combination heater, fire pit, and cooker. Can it do anything else?
And the beauty of
it's collapsible,
Oh,
so it's pretty easy to carry around. So it is a little bit of a transformer as well.
Nice. Does it? Oh crap! How am I going to do this? All right, we'll figure it out. What does this thing go for?
So it is $499 with all the bells and whistles, except that there's an Overland special right now, so it's $399 today. But only if
You might not see that. So
we come to these shows.
okay, and that's with the stand and everything.
With the stand, with the skillet, and with the collapsible heater stove.
Very nice. Very nice. So, of course,
I
they're
need willing participants. Will somebody be willing to take this off of my hands?
somebody come grab a plate of food.
Ladies first, but I got one more. Stand right there.
If you haven't seen Ignic before, they make propane fire pits, and we're going to go look at their propane storage solution. It's kind of cool as well. So I'm going to have some breakfast over here, and I'm going to go show you that. So stopping over here with Brandon because I want to show you their refillable propane system. You may have seen the Mr. Keg and the what's the other one out there? Mr. Heater has one.
Yeah.
And those are individual bottles at a time, but their system is unique. Tell us about it.
Okay, so this is the tap rack. This just fills up 4 of these small camping bottles at once. But you can fill it up at any commercial filler just like you would your regular barbecue tank. It basically fills up in seconds. It's cost about whatever the cost of propane is. Last time I filled this up, it cost me about $3.50. You get 4 of these. These things cost about, what, $8 to $10 at the stores nowadays, the green ones.
Yeah.
We started this company to get rid of the green bottles, and this is our solution. Finally, you can get these and fill them up 4, and then come back, refill it, and do it all over again. Also, we came out with these little cute cases that will carry your bottles with you. So you fill it up, pop them off. I can show you right here how easy it is.
Oh, so you don't have to completely sit there unscrewing it. It's a quick release.
It's just a nice little spring-loaded system, and yeah.
Okay, so you're taking this to your local dealer, and they're filling it at 4 pounds, right?
So this is yeah. It's about
because each one of these
it's about it's just under a gallon.
Right.
So real similar. This is just over a gallon, the 5 pound. So it's a little bit under. It's about roughly around 4 pounds.
So because sometimes you need more pressure, and this is going to give you the higher pressure for your bigger heaters or your stoves and things.
A lot of times people just need these to be portable. They need them next on you want to use them on their 2-burner stove, and they want to use it on their showers, their outdoor showers, things like that. So it's just there's a definite need for these smaller bottles. They're a little bit I still think that the 5 pound or the 10 pound is a great need, especially if you're building like a fire pit or something like that.
Yeah.
But for these little guys, it's like there's all sorts of needs.
I mean, I like it for the portable shower because it takes the 1 pound, and I can go walk away from camp to go do a shower, not get all the mud there, and maybe there's a clean water source I just want to go to get the shower, not having to carry a 20-pound tank or something. I can just pop one of these off, take it with me.
Right.
So you get the best of both worlds. You get a large tank and the portability and functionality of a 1 pound.
And like I said, this is brand new to this is a very innovative thing to do. Like there has been other solutions out there. I mean, some of the old guys turn their 20 pounds up diet and try to use gravity to fill them up. That's not the way we're thinking people want to do it. People want a simple solution to use their small 1 pound style bottles out in the wild.
Well, plus
this is our solution for it. And
if you read the side of a Coleman bottle, it says not legal to transport if refilled.
Yeah, and rumor has it's not going to be legal at all in California.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So these are going to continue to be legal in California?
Yeah. As far as we know, this is a refillable propane system. The reason that these green bottles down here aren't is because
they're not designed.
They're not designed to be filled up. They're kind of a waste. They sit in your garage. They roll around the back of your truck. No one knows how to recycle them because they're steel. They're not like your aluminum that you typically deal with. And so, yeah, we're proud to be making a change and getting out there and trying to teach people a different way to think about camping.
So he made a great point. recyclable, right? I mean, you're reusing this over and over and over again versus tossing steel containers into the
And
garbage.
you know when they're empty. You know, they come with a bleeder valve. They're just a way better product.
How much does the system go for?
So the whole system with the tap rack, and the tap rack itself is kind of the magic, right? It'll fill up all the bottles. The whole system is $199. Today it's on sale, and then so that takes about 5 fills to pay it off. Especially at the price of those green bottles. I'm not joking. I've seen $12, but
You're lucky if you can find a 2-pack for $12.
right, exactly. So yeah, that's a deal nowadays. They used to be a lot more affordable.
Yeah.
But that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because they're not reusable.
Right. Good for the environment, and you get the benefits of both a large tank and the small tanks. I love it. So where's the best place they can find you guys?
Online at ignic.com or at REI. REI's also selling these. I highly suggest go down there, check them out, push one off. Well, you can't really do that with factory, but yeah, go down there, and then find a local filler that'll work with it. It is like it's a new innovative product, so a lot of the fillers
Don't know about it,
but it's DOT certified, it's ready to go, and it's got all this stamping and verification on it you need to get the thing built. So make sure that you show them the tag, show them that this has been through the test, and it's good to go.
Right on. Check it out. ignic.com.
Sounds good.
Yeah, this I've seen at the last couple Overland Expo shows.
Yep.
And wanted to stop by and take a look because there's some specific things I want to look at, but tell us what the mounting company is.
So we build a quick release mount system, mainly for hard cases, but we also have some jack mounts coming out very soon. We've got Starlink mounts. You can put these basically on anything that you can imagine. We've got one customer who's a falconeer, and he has his falcon cage mounted to the roof of his, like inside his vehicle on the roof, so that the bird can sit in there and he can take the cage in and out. So whatever you want to mount, that's what you got. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Quick release mount system.
So very cool stuff. My specific reason for stopping, Starlink Mini.
Yep. We got that one on this other side over here. I can show you real quick. So this is our Starlink Mini mount. It mounts to our medium plus base plate, which is cool because if you wanted to run it on multiple vehicles, you just get an extra base plate, move it from your RV to your boat, to your helicopter, to your plane, to whatever you want to put it on. So billet enclosure, Plexian cover, so you could literally roll this thing in the desert on your UTV, and it's gonna protect it.
That thing is stout looking.
Yep. So that's how it's set up.
Power coming in.
Yep.
And, oh, nice.
Yep. Everything's done, and it locked in. So set it up there. One pin.
Just one pin.
Yep. One pin there. You can lock that pin too. So if you're running around town and you don't want somebody to steal your Starlink, you can just lock it in right there.
Nice. And Pro Eagle mounts.
Yep,
that's coming.
Pro Eagle, we're doing a Pro Eagle 2 and 3 ton, and then the Badlands 3 ton jack. We've got some ones over here. So these are the final prototypes of these ones. We have the one little tweak to do, and then they're going to be out on the market.
Nice. I mean, if you like that kind of jack out on the trail, a little heavy in my opinion, but you know, if that's what you like, or you're racing, you got to have something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but for our typical overlanders, we're more into the bottle jacks and stuff. But being a way to store these cases, but that Starlink mount, that's the best I've seen.
Yeah.
So
it's one of our best selling mounts.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Keep them in stock. Yeah.
Okay. Where's the best place people to find you?
You can find us on our website, mountingcompany.com, or same thing on Instagram, Mounting Company. Hit us up, send us a message, come say hi at the show. Get your hands on them. I know it's one of those things where you see it online, you don't quite get it, or you're just like, I want to touch it. We're here. We're at a lot of the Overland shows this year. We'll be at more Expo as well, so you can get your hands on them and see how they work in person.
Yeah, I mean, I have not seen anything that looks as beefy as your Starlink mount.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Check them out.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we are stopping by Atlas Outdoors. Number one, to visit my friends Bill and Deb from Cottywomple Overland. If you don't know their channel, check them out. You guys do some fun stuff.
I appreciate
some
that.
Cool overlanding.
Yeah, we have a lot of. We just came from Florida, so we were down at the Save Expo there.
Expo,
came across to do this show. And then from here, we got to go back across the country to Tennessee to do another show. But we're going to do some overlanding.
Back to Flagstaff.
And then we're coming back to
Loveland, right?
And then, but we're going to do PNW before Loveland.
Oh, wow. And you're getting around.
Yeah.
And you're hauling what?
So the trailer that we're using right now is the Teton X by Atlas Outdoors. Deb and I went to work for these folks last year. And that's one of the things that's afforded us the luxury of being able to travel this much across the country. But we're the outside sales team. We do marketing and we do research and development for these incredible trailers. They sell the Teton X and the Appalachian X. So in between the shows, we get to Overland.
Hard to go wrong with that deal.
Oh man, I can't beat it.
So this is you've been hauling the previous model for a while.
Yep.
Right? And this is the new 2026?
Yeah, so we last year, of course, we had the 2025 model demo. This year, December, we picked up the 26 demo. Has a few new upgrades from the 25, but still the same basic incredible camper that we've always.
What are the new things?
So new things is we've changed our cooktop from camp chef to cook partner. What we found is these cook partners offer a lot more flexibility when it comes to being able to simmer things.
Okay.
So it's a lot more manageable than what we had before. The camp chef was an absolute flamethrower. It would melt. It would burn water with no problem.
I have the Camp Chef Everest.
Yeah. So
carry that thing.
we had the Mountaineer. It was 40,000 BTU.
Wow.
So it worked great as far as heating things up, but to simmer things, it was a little work. So we settled on the cook partner. It's the 3-burner stove, and it's still 30,000 BTU. Another thing that we've upgraded for this year is our kitchen sink. So we had the typical silver, same RV camp sink that everybody else had, but this year we found one. It's a little more elegant, it's deeper, it's wider. You can actually put a whole pot in it and be able to wash things in it.
Nice. And this all nicely slides.
Yeah, so this all just
I see. So it slides into this.
So this all closes down, the bar slides over, and then it all slides in.
I mean, this is incredible. I mean, to have the cook space and the sink and a table.
Yeah,
this is wild.
It's awesome. We carry the high top bar stools. They're foldable, and on the molly panel just inside the door there, we just put them right there, and that's where they ride.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. I love this because you never have good tabletop, especially for people like us. We're editing on the road and stuff.
Yeah.
You need a comfortable place to sit.
You know how many hours I've spent right there cutting video.
Oh, that is awesome.
So, and to take that, we've got this flat space. If I move this over, we can add even more flat space because you get a cutting board that fits on top of this new sink.
Oh.
So we've increased that flat space. Over on the other side of the U-tape kitchen, we have another table, which is another 36-inch long flat space. And just back here, if you option for that cabinet, it folds down and you have a complete additional flat space.
What are we talking about in weight? And then, of course, price.
So weight, we're looking at a base model is about 3,400 pounds.
That's not bad at all.
And it goes up from there. I mean, of course, depending on which dry weight without any options, just a base model. And they start out at about 57,000.
Okay.
So this one here, as it's built, you're looking at about 3,900 pounds. For its dry weight, and about 92,000.
Okay, so they're not cheap, but you get a lot for it.
But you're getting all Victron electronics. You're getting 3,000 watt inverter, MPPT. You're getting
full electronics.
DC, full electronics.
We're talking about batteries.
Batteries 600 amp hours. We can do up to 900.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
So this one has 600. Everything from the frame down is steel. Everything from the frame up is aluminum composite. It comes with air ride suspension as standard.
Nice.
You can get an app from Pack Brake on here to where you can adjust pressures on the fly. So if I want on-road pressure, I'll bump it to on-road pressure and it increases it. If we start to hit a dirt road, I hit off-road and it drops it down a little bit and softens things
Instead
up for the
of
trailer.
having to get out and air down the tires, you just soften the suspension.
Soften it up and you're good to go.
Nice.
We've got a couple different options this year with standard windows. So this is our standard size, and then on the other side you can see we have a huge panoramic window. So it opens things up inside. And then we've got the TV that's on a C channel. So this TV just slides back and forth.
Oh, nice.
And then we can pull that right off and put it on the inside.
This is what.
So four seasons. So R5. It's got 1.5 inches of Kusa board flooring in it. All of our electronics, all of our water, everything is above the floor. There's nothing hanging under this trailer at all.
What's the size of the water tank?
So it's a 31 gallon.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, so 31 gallon. We use the Truma, the Vario heater, thermostatically controlled. We use the AquaGo Plus hot water tank, so it is recirculating water. When you turn the water faucet on, you have hot water. You don't waste any waiting on hot water.
Nice.
Yeah, our frame is 2x5 box tube. It's all sealed.
Okay.
Completely solid. It's all sealed up. No rust, no degradation, no water.
Suspension?
Independent suspension, air ride on both sides, dual shock.
Nice. So you look at the price like that and going, man, 80, 90,000 for a trailer. But if you know anything about all the components he's talking about, none of those are budget components. They're high-end, top quality, top line stuff.
It's the best of the best. It really is. We even heat the outside shower room. So all the amenities, but it has all the best of the best stuff in it. We don't put anything cheap in it because when we want you to go off-road, and this is going to be the most off-road capable trailer that you're going to find. But when you do go off-road, I don't want anything to shake apart.
Right.
Deb and I spent 50,000 miles pulling these trailers last year, and we never had a failure.
That's awesome. So the phrase, you get what you pay for, you see that over and over here at the show. If it's a budget product, it's a budget
You're going
price.
to budget price.
You want to have a high-end product, you're going to pay a premium price for it.
Absolutely. And, it depends on where you want to go. We have a lot of people, or some people, I won't say a lot, but we have a lot of people that will come by and say, that price, I could go buy a fifth wheel for that. Absolutely,
Sure
you can. But can you take it to the top of the world in Moab and camp?
Right.
Or can you take it to the edge of the Grand Canyon and watch the sunrise? You can't do it.
Right.
Yeah, you're buying real estate just like everything else.
If you don't watch Cottywampel Overland, I'll put a link down. They do what we do. I mean, you're not soft on your gear.
No, not at all.
I mean, mud, dirt, rocks, you name it.
Rivers.
They're putting it through the paces. So if I was interested in something of this caliber, I mean, I don't think I'd have a choice because I see what you guys put these things through, and it would sell me anytime.
Well, I appreciate it. We're going to have to get you into one for a little bit of time and see how you like it.
Got to try that, no doubt. There's taking a look inside. Looks like we got a 12-volt fan over here blowing on. We got AC upstairs here, and Bill and I are both. Well, you're 6'2", aren't you?
I'm
right?
6 foot. Yeah.
6. And we got tons of headroom.
It's 6'8" in here, and then once it's closed, it's still 4'11". So you can sit at the dinette, have dinner with the top closed.
Nice.
So still plenty of room. You can do a queen bed in the east-west position like we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want something bigger, we can switch that around, do a north-south, and do a king bed.
Wow.
Even with the king bed, we can add a bunk here. We can add a second bunk, and then we can even add a mattress on the front. We can sleep 5 people in here, and the parents still have a king bed.
Yeah, but who wants to take kids with them?
Well,
I know. I mean, people are weird that way, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at the electronics panel down here.
Yeah.
I love switches.
So, yeah, me too. The thing I really like about what we've done with the electronics is there are some, the Red Arcs, the Garmins, things like that, where you've got this really fancy panel, and it works great until it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
When you lose one switch or when you lose one component, you've lost the whole thing, right? So with ours, especially with the Victron, everything is broken down. You've got your MPPTs, you've got your DC to DC, you've got your shore power, your inverter. If one of those components happen to fail, you replace one component.
Right.
Some of the charging systems or power systems,
The hybrids, combo, whatever you want to call them.
if you lose a piece of that, you lose it all.
Yeah.
I just did that with a DC to DC that had a solar on it too. The solar died and I lost it all.
Yeah.
So the other thing is switches. Rocker switches, these are just standard. All of our lights are slide dimmable. You can see that.
Nice.
Our interior, exteriors are all the same. We have amber lights. We have our big rigid perimeter lights that just light up the world. But the really neat thing that I like so much about this is if we have a switch failures, I can go to an AutoZone and buy a toggle switch, access right there,
I'm just popping in.
pop it, or just pop it in until I can get you the correct switch.
That's nice.
Don't lose your trip.
Yeah, using a switch panel like an aux beam or S-Pod or something, while those are convenient from a wiring point of view,
Yeah.
it fails, you lose all your electronics.
Yeah. If I lose a component here, I lose a component.
Yeah,
Not my weekend.
that's nice. I want to take a look at the back end.
Yeah.
All right, taking a quick look at the back end here. You can see how roughing it Bill and Deb go. They got a microwave back here.
I never dreamed that I would use a microwave overlanding. Rob from Revere Overland wanted to take, or was going to take, one of our trailers out, but one of the conditions that he jokingly had, he and I are good friends, he said, well, I've got to have a microwave, because if you ever watched any of his stuff, he doesn't cook at all.
Yeah.
Everything is microwave. So we figured out a way to put a microwave into his trailer. So it became a running joke, and we ended up putting it in here, and we use it all the time.
Yeah.
Of course, the coffee pot we have for every morning.
You got to have a coffee pot.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
and it's not a Keurig either, so I'm going to give him points for that.
Yeah, and we do a Keurig too, so it's a dual mode. But with the amount of power that we've got in these trailers, we can do 300, 600, or 900 amp hours of lithium. We can do up to 1,000 watts of solar, and we have a 3,000 watt inverter that comes. The 3,000 watt inverter comes standard. We can run all of this stuff with no problem at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to electrify my setup. I just got a new induction cooker. I've got the electric kettle. I'm trying to get away from gas just to see how it works.
Induction's an option on this.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
And we got just a pantry on this side.
Yep. So on this side, we've just got a pantry. I don't know if you will see it from this one or not, but all of our cabinets are lighted push buttons. So
Nice.
as soon as you open, they light up. You don't have to worry about turning the switch off or anything like that. So in this compartment, we're able to keep our solar panel, our guzzle, a lot of other things such as our hoses. But we also have a 12-volt socket and 110-volt AC under there.
Oh, nice.
So you can charge or power anything and put an extra battery pack, things like that in there.
This is the bigger window.
This
Nice.
is our new window. So to be able to just lay here in bed and look out of the morning is pretty cool. Fresh water, shore power. This is where we can hook that extra 400 watts of solar in. And then we have a Starlink connection too. So if you need to run your Starlink panel, you can run it straight off the 12 volt.
Awesome.
Over here we run the Julka showers. We can run a single or a dual. I've got this set up as a single. As you can see right here, this is the other room for the double. So you can have a dry room and a wet room.
That's kind of cool.
Back here is a little hidden feature that beyond your Julka or your bull fence connector.
Okay.
This is
I'm going to say, this is ridiculous. Right here, it's ridiculous. I want it so bad.
So how many times have you been out and it's been cool? Now, man, I'd like to have a shower.
Yeah, it's too damn cold.
It's just cold.
Yep.
Well, with an Atlas product, you can have a heated shower.
A heated port going to your shower. Heater going to your shower. That is not right at all. I need to figure out how to make that work.
We have taken showers at 25 degrees and been warm in the shower.
Oh man, that is incredible.
Yeah.
That's some thinking through stuff.
These guys are always innovating. That's one thing I love about it. We picked this trailer up in December, and we've had it for a couple months now. On the way from Florida back to California, we had to stop because they had new innovative products to add to this trailer.
Well, manufacturers, I hope you're listening to this. This is why you partner with people who use the product.
100%.
You know, you got to have people out there that are using it, abusing it,
Yeah.
and figuring out what works, what doesn't, what it needs, how to make improvements. And if you're working with good people, you're going to get that feedback.
You know, it's things as simple as the kitchen drawer. Before the kitchen drawer, when you slide that all out, the drawer came out from where the stove was at. Well, if you wanted a fork or a knife or spoon or whatever, you had to pull the whole slide out.
Oh,
So now we've moved it to the end. So if you want something like that, you've got your kitchen closed up, you just open the door and pull the slide out to get your utensils. It's little things like that that we found along the road.
And
You're
again,
exactly right. It's
getting what
real
you
world
pay for
R&D.
is details.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, we're gonna let Bill go. We're gonna see him again on the trail and at some other shows. Always good seeing you, man.
Thank you, Kerry. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I have got to stop over here because this is a product that I take with me everywhere. And you watch Matt over at Ozark Overland Adventures, he takes one too, and that's the Insta Privy. What's an Insta Privy? Tell the world.
All right. So the Insta Privy is a portable toilet kit and a backpack. It has everything you need. It's got your toilet chair, privacy tent, waste bags, even a shovel if you run out of waste bags, 4-ply toilet paper, and it comes in a really nice customized backpack that's padded. As you know, we love that you're a customer and are using your Insta Privy all the time. But yeah, that's it. And it's the best thing about it is it's super compact and lightweight and super fast to set up. So it weighs, the whole kit weighs 7 pounds.
And it can hold some weight.
It can.
It can hold some weight. Remember, I've lost over 100 pounds, and it supported me no problem back then. So it's even more comfy now. But let's take a look at one so people can see what it's all about. Because for me, it's got to be lightweight, and it's got to be compact. And that's the problem that you guys solved.
Thank you. So, all right, so everything comes in the backpack here. As you can see, it's and I modeled this after an old picnic basket, so you know how that everything has its place. So you got your toilet chair, the tent, a little shovel, but it sets up super quick and easy. The chair just comes out just like this. You put the waste bag across the top, interlocks with the lid so it holds that waste bag in place. And then we have an absorbent pad that you just drop that in there. This will soak up like 40 ounces of liquid, so more than one donation per bag if you want. And then the tent just pops out just like that, goes right over your head, and you are ready to go.
Pretty cool, huh? And it has a strap on top, so you can hang that from a tree, hang it from your awning, you know, whatever you have. So it kind of eliminates having to deal with where you're going to put it. And with the privacy tent, you can use that as a shower tent as well. So just I love multi-purpose tools. And that's what does it for me. Now, you also have bags that are better than any bag that you're going to pick up anywhere else.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I think it's.
I got your back. I got your back.
You do. I appreciate that sincerely. Yeah. So our waste bags, like I said, I think are they're good quality bags, but also simpler. You don't have the messy granules. You have a drawstring on the waste bag, so once you make your donation in the bag, you just get the air out, tie it off, and then put it in the Ziploc bag that comes with it. And we sell it as a pack of 5 sets. So it's enough to get you started for sure.
So if you didn't catch that, you've got one bag for the waste and another bag that bag goes into, so there's no odor, there's no leaking. To me, I love it because it's got to ride in the back of the Gladiator for sometimes a couple days before I can get to a trash can somewhere, not having to worry about the smell. And that does it for me.
Well, and I'll tell you, even on warm days, there can be a little bit of smell. We do have a Wabakaba,
which I have. I get that in there.
So Wabakaba sent for waste bag carry bag. As a military guy, I got to have my acronyms. But Wabakaba is a cooler name than what it's for. But yeah, this way with the Wabakaba, you put it in the dry bag, and then it helps contain the smell. And if you're hiking around, put it in here instead of carrying it in your hand or putting it in your backpack. So it's
nice.
An additional.
Got some carabiners or D-rings on it?
It does, yeah, sure does.
Yeah, so very easy to just clip on a belt or a backpack or something.
The Insta Privy backpack has the molly webbing on the front, and that makes it simple.
All right, so check them out, instaprivy.com. if you need everybody needs a toilet. I mean, let's be real. You got to have have a toilet. So I am not going to take a 5-gallon bucket with a lid on it. No. I want something that's small, compact, lightweight, easy to transport, easy to set up. It's going to hold my weight, have all the different features on it. You're getting what you pay for here.
I agree. That's why you're my hero, man.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Take care, everybody.
Good to see you again.
Well, that's going to wrap up my day one coverage here at Overland Expo SoCal. What a show. It is jam-packed. Tons of people, tons of exhibitors. If you're in Southern California, you should not miss this show next year. It's fantastic. Now I'm going to come back tomorrow, do some more interviews, find some more products that we're interested in, and see if we can find some good deals. I got one more bonus for you. If you are a Patreon member, patreon.com/trailtraveler, I'm going to give away an Insta Privy. He gave me one to give away to the Patreon members. So if you're a Patreon member, look for the details on that. It's going to be real simple to join. I'm going to draw a winner, and someone's going to get their own toilet. How cool is that? So big thanks to Insta Privy for providing that for a giveaway. Really appreciate them. And it absolutely is a product that goes with me on every single trip without fail. It's so small, lightweight, compact, easy to fit in everywhere. If you want to be in the contest, join us over on Patreon. Until then, stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails, and I'll be back tomorrow for some more show coverage.